Welcome back to Hard Drive with Chris Mathewson.
There's a new phenomenon rocking the video game industry, where fans are funding video games to the tune of millions of dollars. Although fan funding website Kickstarter has been around for years, the real volcanic eruption happened just a few weeks ago when a company called Double Fine Productions raised, get this, $3.3 million for an adventure video game. Now, upstart Brian Fargo has followed with a sequel to his game Wasteland, which has raised over, get this, $1.5 million in about 10 days. We have Brian live from Newport Beach, California. Tell me, Brian, why are you trying to single-handedly take down the video game industry?
Well, I've been in the video game business for 30 years before it was called the video game business, so I think I'm hardly an upstart.
Well, we'll just have to agree to disagree. Brian, you know, we all know the video game industry's been around for hundreds of years, so 30, it's just a drop in the bucket, pal.
Yeah, you might want to check Wikipedia on that one.
Quit avoiding the question. Are you trying to take down the video game business or what? Why are you trying to make little kids cry?
I think you're misunderstanding the entire concept of Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, I love that name. Kick the children down, start taking away their buttons to mash. Our latest poll has that 97% of all children hate you.
What website are you getting your information from? I think you're missing the whole concept that this is about bypassing the publisher and going directly to the consumer, to the fans, for the games they want.
But if a game isn't a billion-dollar franchise, what good does it do anybody? You trying to kill our economy too, Brian? Very un-American.
No, Kickstarter is all about helping the smaller developer community. In fact, I'm trying to start a movement called Kick It Forward, which encourages the developers to take 5% of their profits of the game after it ships and put it back into the community to help other developers.
Really? Well, isn't that a big hoot? I think we got a name for that. It's called socialism, pal.
Socialism? Everything about this is voluntary. From the 5% that we're doing for Kick It Forward to people putting the money up front for Wasteland.
Well, that's just more insanity. Who ever heard of a consumer paying for a game before it's even available?
Well, there's been pre-order business in our industry for a long time. Think of it as an extended pre-order, but it's better because the fans get the game they want.
You know what society would call those type of people, Mr. Fargo? Nerds. So you're trying to tell us that nerds should run the video game industry?
Yes, absolutely. That's how it got started, though we call ourselves gamers, not nerds.
Well, our latest network poll says that 98% of all bullies hate nerds.
Let's back up for a second. I don't have a problem with multi-million-dollar franchises or big publishers. They all have their place. But now smaller developers have another financing option, which Kickstarter has proven.
I'll tell you what that's proven, is that you're a homewrecker. I read about a man who handed you $1,000 and his wife was ready to kill him. So basically, you're not just a homewrecker, you're basically condoning murder. Is that true?
Well, I can hardly control how excited people are about the project.
Oh, I think you can. Do you really expect me to believe that people just handed you $1.5 million? There's only one explanation in my book.
I can't wait to hear it.
Mind control.
Really?
Oh, yeah. A viewer wrote in, seems to remember a Kickstarter project a few years back asking to build a mind control machine. I point the finger at you, Mr. Fargo. Was that your Kickstarter project? Am I right or am I wrong?
Let's go with wrong.
Well, our numbers say that I'm right 100% of the time. Now let's talk about your business sense.
This should be good.
You've raised more capital than you originally asked for. Isn't the logical use of this money best spent on a kick-ass opening movie? And to hire a Nicholson or a Pacino? Hooah!
Well, that's the beauty of fan funding, right? Is that we can listen to the gamers directly. So when we go out to our forum boards and we ask them where the extra money should go, and they tell us they want a bigger world and more content, that's where we spend our money. That's a survey I care about, not your crazy surveys.
Ha! Listening to the fans, ain't that a hoot and a half? By the way, our latest survey says that people didn't like your last comment. But we're out of time anyway, so goodbye, Mr. Homewrecker.
But
join us next week when we talk with an independent filmmaker and ask him why he's single-handedly trying to take down Hollywood. I'm Chris Mathewson. We'll see you around the bend.
This has been Hard Drive, brought to you by the young minds at Metric Driven Games and Space Warp 27 from Big Ass Games. Buy yours today.
that guy was a kook.